Hey, everyone. How are you doing out there? It's bring us back down to us. Hey, how's it going there? Oh, wow. So everybody been having a good week? Well, I've been having a great week. My wife's been up here from California for the week. Got up here Sunday night, and she's going to be heading back Sunday. And we working on some stuff going on up here. And she's enjoying the grandkids. And actually seeing the youngest one actually cruising around like a high-speed crawler on the floor. All righty. So tonight we are going to be talking about some a topic that we touched on last year. Actually, it's been almost a year ago. That is knowledge is power. What is in your library? But just to remind everybody, get out. I was going to make a banner to go across there for this. Get out a pencil and paper and notebook, whatever, to write down, because we're going to be giving you some names of some books and stuff, and you're going to notice that a lot of us have those books. If all three of us have that particular book, you might want to get it.
Just maybe.
Just maybe, yeah, exactly. So before we start that off, though, let me scroll back up here on the chat here and see who all's in here. Well, the first one, besides Uncle Al, was Ron Netzel, the Green Wizard, and then Will at JIT Preparedness-Info. Yeah, Michael 58 came in, and then Kaylin Strain, another great channel to check out as well. CR from north of the border.
If you like MREs or are curious about MREs, go check out Kaylin.
Yeah, and she doesn't just tell you this one's good, but she cooks it up. She does it all up there in front of you and tells you what the first bite tastes like to her. It's not like, you're getting unfiltered stuff there, so it's good. What else we got here? Big Dreams Homestead. We got Brett at the Broussard Homestead. Mary Beth Smith. Scrolling on down here. Did I say Big Dreams already?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Okay. We got Teresa and Lee at Stringfield Ridge Farm. They were just, guys, if you're not watching them, they are on the hour before us. Good channel at Stringfield Ridge Farm. Green Wizard. All right. Ron's back. He had to step out for a minute. Pete's Little Homestead. He comes on after me. So stay with him.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks, but
yeah,
everybody got photos of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Okay. On my phone that I'm following everybody else on this, I don't get a picture. I got sound, but no picture.
Yeah, I got on the other computer over here, I got picture. All right, so also Copper Kettle Farms is in here. Courtney at Wide Family Farm. David's Mule Train. Hey, how's it going, guys? All righty, so almost forgot. And everyone, please help me out with YouTube. Click that thumbs up button, please.
We got
all right. Ooh. All right. Hang on. So, all right. One of her home repair books is in Spanish. Exactly. Great idea, Caitlin. Sorry. I got a cousin named Caitlin with a T in there. So, all right. So let's get over here to this. There we go. And, does your library need to look like this? No.
I don't have room for that many.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I did.
Yeah. And I know this is going to stir up some
controversy.
Yeah, exactly. With some people, when I mentioned some of the stuff in this day and age, that many books weighs how much? several hundred pounds a time.
About
Okay.
close to 10.
All right. You can put all those books that you can see in the picture there right now on a tablet.
Or even a cheap backup phone.
Yeah. Or even, let me reach over here and grab it. A simple backup. This is a 2 terabyte hard drive. And actually, I was looking at one that's the same size. That's 5 terabyte. But yeah, you can put a lot of it onto soft stuff. But some people go, "Oh, but what about a EMP?" Well, you got these little bags that are called EMP bags or
Faraday.
Faraday bags. You stick it in there, and it's 99.9% proof. We could get hit with one so hard that it'll just fry everybody alive, and then you don't need to worry about it. But
at that point, it's mute.
Yeah, exactly. But and you just keep them in those, and it's good stuff. And that other people have made comments about, well, what happens when the battery dies? Well, let's see.
Rented a solar power battery bank charger.
Exactly.
Right over there.
And we just talked about that last week.
Yeah.
We talked about that. Martha at Old School Prepper has a tablet, and she runs it all the time on her portable fold out Goal Zero charging panels. Little panels about the same size as the tablet, just folds it out and it powers it up. Don't need to have a battery when you have that thing going. Jay's in the house. Hey, Jay.
Well, Courtney, per your comment there, let's go worst case scenario. Civilization, I can't even speak. Civilization collapses completely. 2 years down the road, we're all, in our own groups. The lack of knowledge by that point in time will be immense. Okay. People are going to wonder how to make art, because when you do art, you'll be able to start thinking outside the box, and you can start inventing or repairing things that you didn't think you could before. It's a mental process that you'll go through at that stage. And a lot of other channels don't discuss that prolonged periods of time without knowledge being used, you will lose it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So having art books, while necessarily the art itself may not be pertinent at that time, it will cause people to start reactivating sections of their brain that have been dormant, and it'll cause them to start thinking outside the box again. So the books are not completely worthless.
Right.
And coming out of the Dark Ages, what was the biggest part about the Renaissance that got everybody thinking? Art.
Yeah. Because me and Hoople's Cat was arguing about the same subject about a year ago on, it was a Bide Earth. It's an old novel, English, what Dave was mentioning about art and everything.
Yeah. All right. So let's look here at the, so what sort of books are we talking about? Well, everyone immediately thinks, okay, survival books, long-term prepper books, survival handbook, right. Now, of these books up here, I've got one. I got the one up here, the Survival Medicine Handbook. I've got the Long-Term Prepper's Guide book. I've got the Edible Plants book, and this is just a photo I pulled off of when I Googled, prepper libraries, and so.
3 of them.
And Dave has 3 of them.
I got about half of them.
All right.
I don't have the survival medicine.
So if we here and whoever posted this have some or all of these books, you might want to consider some of these books. If a lot of people have them, it might be important for you to have it as well. Bushcraft 101. I think I have a soft copy of that one as well. That's Dave Cass. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, Canterbury. Yeah.
And hi, Mama Z.
Hey, Mama Z. And everybody, tomorrow morning at 9:30 Central, I believe it is, Mama Z's Kitchen. Come hungry.
No, don't go hungry, because you'll go to your kitchen and start cooking. Go full.
All right. next one here.
Yeah, the last time she made corn chicken fried steak, I wound up having that for dinner that night.
Yep.
So don't go hungry.
Yeah. All right, here's some other ones. Now, if you guys have watched several of our things before, you've heard Dave talk about this book right here in the middle, the U.S. Army Survival Manual.
So right over there.
And then right next to it is the U.S. Army Survival Handbook.
And another book that's not in there, and I probably should just stand up and go get it. But well, hang on, I'll go get it. You go ahead, talk. I'll be right back.
All right. Now there are a lot of really good books out here, and like I said before, if you talk to several of your friends and they have heard about them and talked about them, or they have them, you might think about investing in one. Yes, CR, we will be talking about cookbooks later. Yes, that's coming up. Hey, the Kraken, welcome.
Okay, I'm back. One book right here that needs to be in everybody's stable.
Yes.
I don't care how intelligent you think you are or how mentally prepared you think you are. If civilization were to collapse tomorrow, within 6 months, you're going to wish you had this book, not only to keep yourself sane, but those around you sane. I'll tell you, there's a lot of information in this tiny little book that'll help keep you sane.
9 to 5 to Life Off Grid. Hey, how you doing? All right, so let me take a look at the next slide here. And there are even actually almost like an Impedia. Getting tongue-tied here, talking too fast.
Encyclopedia Cities.
That's the word. Series on survival books and stuff out there. And I've been wanting to check this one out. And then these, if you just look at, like I say, if you Google prepper libraries or survival library, and then look at the images, and you'll find you start comparing what books are in everybody's different one. It's usually a good book to get. And there's at the bottom the edible down here at the bottom down here, edible and medicinal. That's the word.
You're even getting me tongue-tied and confused.
Plants.
And see, I can't even read it. I just knew what the word would be.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of really good ones here. Deb's Enriched Refuge. Hey, how's it going? And then now, I don't know if you guys how well you guys can see this, but these top 3 books here are by the same
author.
Author and the same. I know it's first the same publishing house, and then the same author down here at the bottom. And so there are a lot of good ones like this that they run out and do.
And the animal tracks, even though I don't have one because I'm fairly well versed personally and it's mental in my head. If you're unfamiliar with tracking animals or spotting tracks in the wild when you're traversing, trying to get from point A to point B, and you don't know what a track is, whether it's friend or foe, or if it's a disaster waiting to happen, you may want to learn how to figure out what tracks are.
Right.
Yeah.
And hi, Martha.
How old they are.
And that's Old School Prepper.
Okay, and all right, I've got multiple monitors, guys. So that's why I'm leaning over here. I'm working on the other computer, pulling stuff up. So yeah, we got Martha, Old School Prepper. Go back and check out her video on the Goal Zero charging panels for tablets and stuff. Great video. All right, we also got Asa Redburn in the house, and who else came sliding in here?
Martha, Deb.
Yeah, got my Deb. All right, got him. All right, I think we're caught up. All right, so go down to the next one here. And of course, you want the ultimate old school prepper handbook.
How to be a prepper without being a prepper.
Exactly. Yep. The handbook for boys, the Boy Scouts of America. Now, there's a Boy Scout handbook and the Boy Scout manual. They're 2 different books. Get them both.
Very true, Jay. Very true.
Yeah. All righty.
For me, that's kind of hard considering I wear a size 13.5 shoe.
All right. Magazines. There's a lot of information that aren't in book that they come out in books, but a lot more authors and stuff, they actually go out and try stuff out and test stuff. And where do they write about it? In a book? No, they write about it in a magazine, like American Survival Guide. I've been getting that since the 70s.
And it's usually short, very concise, to the point, no extra 268 pages of fluff reiterating the exact same thing over and over again. It's straight to the point usually.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not fear porn either. There's other versions that try to copy this that are fear porn. I like American Survival Guide because both these guys knows I go back to the 70s.
Yeah.
Old caveman days, and also these guys right here.
Yeah, hang on, Al. Let me make you big.
And yes, Martha, I am 6'6", actually.
The backwoodsman, yay!
I'm with these guys from Texas since '72 when they were on newsprint.
Hey, our cabin in the woods is in the house.
Yay!
All right, now on the American Survival Guide, some of the old stuff they used to cover. You think, oh well, the magazines are gone. Well, actually, these guys, you can go. If you look, even on Amazon, they'll have the CD or DVD discs of the old issues, so you can get it and take it, and that way you have it on disc and stuff where you can bring it up on your computer or TV, even play it up on that, bring it up. All right, so
CDs and DVDs are currently fairly resistant to EMPs. I mean,
yeah,
if it's sitting next to a power line, it may not last that long, but
yeah, I don't think anything would last that long next to the power line during one. All right, probably one of the best books you can get. I've had Joe and Amy, it's Dr. Bones, Nurse Amy on my live stream. Dave's had them on his live stream. Just about all the prepper channels try to get them on their live streams.
That's only because they're a bunch of crazy old people.
Yeah, they're a doctor and a nurse that are preppers.
And Doc Bones is the first medical professional to write an article about fish mox, fish selling, and those other antibiotics that are available in fish form. That is the exact same thing that we take that costs 10 times as much that we have to have a prescription for, which is why within 3 months of that article of Doc Bones writing it, my Walmart and every Walmart across the nation quit selling it.
Because everyone was buying it.
Well, the FDA found out and they put a kibosh on it all.
Yeah. But yeah, there's you got some great information out there. So this one here, I got it on my on my big Fire tablet. It's one of the mini books I have on there. And actually, when I get it, I have multiple Kindles, and my wife's is on my plan. My sons are on my thing. So when I get one, I share it to all of them. So I pay for it once, and I got 6 copies of it around in case something happens to one of the Kindles. It's on all the others. Hey, Maccabeus, off-grid and everyday survival.
If you want to learn Chinese, see the phrase that Max shouted out today.
Yeah, that was a good video he put out today on survival communications. Prepper's long-term survival guide. And beforehand, I was showing these guys, I actually have this book on all my Kindles. So, hey guys, this is another one. Like I said at the beginning, those of you who came in late, get a notepad and a pencil or pen and start writing down names of books.
Hey, Sean in Alaska.
Hey, Sean, how's it going? So this is another good book to have. I just kind of perused over this, a soft copy of it, online a little bit, looking at it. This is it looks to be, I haven't had a chance to read the whole thing. It looks to be a fairly nice beginner book. This is Emergency Preparedness and More by Howard Godfrey. Now, guys, something that everybody forgets about, and Dave already mentioned it with the other book there from the military. Oh, Dave's going to show up again. Let me make Dave big for a second. All right. Yeah. So there, if there is a major SHTF or Tawaki event, there's going to be a lot of people going into depression off the deep end big time. And if someone in your group is doing that, you want to have some medical reference material there to help them.
And you also need to know the warning signs before it happens.
Yeah.
Because if you don't catch it until after it's happened, it could be too late.
Yeah. Hey, Morris Patch of Heaven. Homestead, welcome. All right, here's another one. This is now, third edition is now out from David. I can't pronounce it. I always butcher his last name.
Kilowitz.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is third edition is now out on this one here. Jay, very good point. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit later here. Oh, good stuff. Pottery. That's one I forgot to mention. I'll mention later on. But pottery, I talked about a little bit about glazing or glass work. So
hey,
we'll be talking about that here in a little bit. Oops. All right. So let's go to the next book. Next one here. Okay. Now we're going to get this into the section that Jay was just talking about, skills and stuff, and books on skills. And of course, food is the first thing that everyone thinks about, and rightly they should. That's one of the first things. You got to eat, got to keep your strength up, and so you need to get books on gardening, books on hunting, books on storing the food, processing it. Hunting would also include books on skinning. I don't want to use the one word that I'm going to use processing instead of the guy that used to down at the corner shop that had his big thumb to put on the scale. Right. Everybody used to joke about. And everybody, don't forget, hydrate. Even though it's wintertime, you still need to get water. All right. So
mine has coloring. Sorry.
Yours has coloring. He's drinking muddy water.
We're all drinking muddy water.
All right. Speaking of water, that's the next topic of books you have. Supply, how to get water. Whether you're getting it from a creek, doing your own well, whatever, treating it. There are books on how to build mini treatment plants for treating the water you use, how to store it, sanitation, what you do with the excess water or the wastewater. Help everybody's writing this stuff down. You really need to be writing this stuff down. Hey, Gunslinger. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad you're still around. All right. Let's see if anybody else I missed on the side thing flew in here.
I haven't seen nobody else yet.
All right. So, so get books on, another set of types of books. Shelter, you need some place to live. Books on carpentry, plumbing, electrical work, glazing. Anybody doesn't know what glazing is, that's glass work. So, and then besides, and I'm going to go back to the carpentry. Besides carpentry, other woodworking books. What were the first bowls and plates made out of? Wood. And even still nowadays, the best utensils a chef uses are his wooden spoons and wooden spatulas. Those guys will kill over their spoons and spatulas.
And one thing you don't see them do is let it sit in a thing of water.
Right.
Exactly. I have
to say one thing to Gil. Gil, what's that little book for carpentry? You know where I'm pointing. At every Ace Hardware, Lowe's.
Okay. Yes. Book. And it's on Amazon. It's Reader's Digest, the complete shoot. Hang on a minute. I'll bring it up here in a second. Let me get it up here on the side here. Give me 1 second, because I have that saved in my son's wish list. So give me 1 second here. Matthew, where's Matthew? There it is. And that book is called And let me just throw it up here real quick. Hang on. Come on, open it up. There it goes. And we move it over here. Okay, there you go. The Reader Digest Complete Do-It-Yourself Manual covers all those things. Carpentry, electric. My mom got me this when I was 10 years old because I was screwing around doing stuff and I was doing it wrong, and she got this so I'd do it right. This
still didn't learn nothing.
This is, you learn all about electrical, plumbing, how to put in windows, doors, proper framing on the house, how to do a roof, proper pitches, everything. So this is probably one of the best books around you can get.
Well, Courtney, if you can whittle, you can actually make your own silverware too.
Yes, exactly. So let me go ahead and close that off, get back to this. So the only thing that book doesn't cover is glazing.
Right.
All right. Medical. We talked a little bit about medical already. So we got the, treatment for first aid, broken bones, there are books on simple treatment. There are books on treating gunshot wounds. There are on, compound fractures, any type of thing. There's a lot of books out there. Going back to the one book we talked, we're pushing it at the beginning, Doc Bones and Nurse Amy's Complete Survival Manual Book 8. That's one to get.
And I'm going to direct you also to their personal webpage, which also has linked to their blog that he does and she does. And they have downloadable PDFs, which I have a few on my Discord server, which we'll talk about in a minute, that you can download that has pictures. Everybody loves pictures of step-by-step instructions how to stitch up, how to set broken bones, and various other things that you can download and put into an electronic device and seal away in a Faraday bag or box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There are several books on it that talk about people like Doc Bones, Nurse Amy's. In fact, they have some books on as well on what supplies you need to get and how to store and rotate them. There's ones on equipment to get. And then, of course, again, we talked about this before, books on mental status, how to deal with stuff, all sorts, PT, I'm going to screw it up, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other type of conditions that arise. I actually have, they would fall under the mental category. I have books for my grandson who is autistic. So we know how to deal with his autism, or other people can learn to deal with autism as well.
Okay, I got to say one thing to the side chat.
Mm-hmm.
My culture doesn't use forks. We use chopsticks, spoons, and knives. So we don't have that problem with a fork. You take two branches, whittle them down into chopsticks. Easy as pie.
Hey, my dad taught me the only utensil I need is a knife. How to eat peas on a knife.
That's all I need.
All right. This is another topic that you might want to pick a book or two on. If things go really bad, and even if they don't go bad, just normal living, you need to know how to do negotiations. You go to buy a used car, you need to know how to negotiate with that car salesman. Just because there's a price tag on it doesn't mean it's not negotiable. Everything is negotiable if you're talking to the right person.
Especially in an end times collapse situation.
Mm-hmm.
While you may think that 200th can of beans you got sitting in your cupboard ain't worth much, a guy 4 or 5 doors down who hasn't had anything to eat for 5 days is going to see that little can of green beans as a gold mine waiting for him to try and barter for.
Mm-hmm. Now, just to deviate quickly, Maccabee says about saw blades making great multi-use eating utensils. My dad was a machinist, a blacksmith, and a farrier and stuff. He used to take old bandsaw blades from wood mills and stuff for cutting the big trees, and he used to make the neatest knives and scrapers and utensils from that heavy duty bandsaw material. Really great. All right, catching up here. Not really. The Fruit Loops are flat on the one side. You just got to know how to scoop them up on there.
Or you use chopsticks. Pick them up individually.
Yeah, you just know you just spear them through the hole with the chopsticks.
Yep.
Just be
All
lazy.
right.
Do what I taught my kids. Just drink the darn thing.
Yeah. All right. Next, brokering. Brokering is along the same lines, but what you're not getting something for yourself per se. You're acting as a negotiator or a broker between two people to get stuff exchanged, and you take a little off the top. So this is something that another skill that people would need to learn. And straight up bartering, goods for goods and stuff like that.
But the prerequisite for all three of those is one very key important thing. Being a balanced-minded person who is people-friendly.
Yep.
You can't walk up with an attitude. You have to be able to see both sides of the situation equally. You may think that person A is a jerk and person B is the nicest person in the world, but you can't let that factor into what person A and person B are trying to accomplish in between the two of them. You have to stay centered, unbiased, no matter what. If you can't keep yourself unbiased, you're not going to fit into any one of these three.
Yeah. And the one type of person that is going to fail in this dramatically is the entitled person, the Karen or Ken.
Right.
68% of the West Coast. I mean,
you mean 95%? You mean 95% of Beverly Hills?
Yep.
New York City, Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon,
Yeah, Jay. Horse
Chicago.
Trading.
Yep. Hi, Dustin.
Right.
Hi, RG.
Hey, Dustin. Yeah, Dustin is Courtney's husband. Got RG Homestead here. All right, let's go down to the next one here. Power. Hey, I don't know about you guys, but if everything goes and even if it doesn't go, I want to be able to make my own power. I want to know everything I need to know about, having a mainstay of power, what it is, how it works, how to do backup power, how to have portable power in case I need to buggy out, and how to do sustainable power. And that was, sorry folks, that was supposed to be a different color. I fudged up.
Well, portable should be sustainable, because if your portable power isn't sustainable, it's not even portable anymore.
Right.
It's a one-time use. All three of those need to be sustainable.
Exactly. And that's why I added sustainable to it down here. And I was going to make it bright red, but oh well, I forgot. Anyways, yeah. Oh, Kaylin's working on a complete small solar. All right, Kaylin. Yes.
I'm getting ready to review mine. I'm just giving it some time to peer itself through.
So there are plenty of books out and guys, just because you can't find the proper book on it, but if you find a good YouTube video on it, there are programs out there to capture YouTube videos like this, download it, and save it to your external hard drive that you throw in your Faraday bag. In fact, I just downloaded a whole bunch of kids videos for my grandsons to keep them mellow from the Singing Walrus.
And Ron just came back in, the Green Wizard.
Hey, Ron. And Brett's back too.
Another book you need to add to your collection and not give it away like I keep giving mine away. Well, I didn't give mine away. I said, here, you can borrow this, and they didn't come back yet for the third time, is The Green Wizard's Guide. Yeah. You need to add that to your collection, especially if you live in an area where the ground isn't that good, where right now you don't think you can plant anything there. Get a hold of that. Watch his videos. Some of the pages in the book correlate to the videos themselves. And also go check out our other.
I'm trying to show it here. Okay. In my wrong one. Dang it! I touched the screen wrong. Okay. I'm not going to say. Second row from the top. Over by, if I get the angle right here, the one that has the pumpkins on it. There it is. The Green Wizard's Guide right there.
And that's available on Amazon, folks.
Yes, available on Amazon. And, I got, see if I can make this work right here, guys. I got hundreds of books saved up on my Kindle. Some are novels. Some of the novels I saved because they teach stuff in them. I've got the Weebelow's Handbook. I've got Beekeeping for Beginners. Off Grid the Greenway. So there's a lot of books out there. It's back over there. All right, let's go on over here.
Hold on. Let them is wide. It's going to come in from the right. Here it comes. Get the book. It's usually like $6 on eBay.
Yeah.
$6. Okay. This little book will help you deal with your anxiety issues. Okay. And whether anybody else in here wants to admit it, everybody here from time to time will have an anxiety issue, something that sets you off, that causes your brain to work in overload. Something like this, and there are other copies and other books out there. This just happens to be nice and thin and straight to the point.
Dave, also mention your Discord section of wide information.
Yeah, we'll get that in just a second here.
We'll get there.
The Green Wizard's Guide, GUIDE, and I'm going to bring that up here.
You can
I get to work. There it is.
You can find that book on eBay for usually around $5 to $6, and it's usually free shipping too.
Yeah, that's that one. This one here is the Green Wizard's Guide. Our good friend Ron in the chat there,
who's been on both of our YouTubes.
Yes. So great book. I've read it 3 times now. Yes, I know. I love his humor in there. Some of his humor is just it's stand-up comic good.
Mm-hmm.
Stringfield Ridge also has his book, as do several of the others that were on there. Now, before we go, all right, let's go to the Discord first. So hang on one second. I need to go in private chat, pull up this link. Guys, I am putting in the thing here. All right, this is Dave's Discord channel, and I'm going to add to screen. This is what his Discord channel looks like. Actually, I'm going to blow it up big here.
All right, okay. Now that we're all here, I can show you. This is my Discord, and over here in Survival Guides, there's 2.5 gigabytes worth of hardcore information that's free. You see something you like, let's say you got a Bofang radio and you need to learn how to configure it. You can click right here, click on it, it'll open up another window and you can download it. And I'm going to keep it. I don't know if it showed that part or not. It didn't. But you can download everything that's on here for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw beekeeping. It was stuff for Heaven Essentials.
Emergency storage. I have some of Doc Bones and Nurse Amy stuff in here. Yeah. Quite a bit, actually. Some of their videos. Other skills. And some of these sections right here have over 100 different PDFs. Okay. Winemaking, military info, knots, security defense, street smarts, wilderness survival. I went through a lot of stuff to get in here.
All right, and there is the link again. Throwing it out there into the chat.
And then we have a main page where, welcome Stringfield. And once you get in here, I will figure out who you are and assign a role for you. And let's see. They belong right there. So once you're in here, I'll assign a role for you. And I would like to see this get a little bit more active because it's not, for me to keep this up is not free. but I'm not asking anybody to pitch in for it. I'd just like to see more use out of it.
Yeah. So, and so like, oh, you got Martha in there now too. Cool.
Mhm. There we go. Just like
So yeah, it's a great place to get a lot of documents quick. He's done all the research, and people have done research for him. Sent him stuff. So there's stuff there right now, ready for you to get, that you don't have to pay for.
And if you really want a place to chit chat and you really don't know who will like it, you can go over here to the Tin Hat area and post your thoughts.
I
That way you
forget.
get them out of your head and not let them tear you to pieces.
All right.
Sorry, welcome.
Who's Sand Hollow Homestead? It was that Butch?
That's
Yep.
Butch. Yes, Sand Hollow's Butch. Is he
Hi,
in
Butch.
here?
Yep.
Hey, Butch, how's it going? All right, so I'm going to throw quickly, since he's had some stuff there for Nurse Amy and Doc Bones. I'm going to swap this out and put this one up here. I get their, I'm on their email. They email their newsletters, and they got some great stuff on their newsletters. And this is the latest email I just got. So, yeah. Their Doc Bones podcast at AOL.com to talk to them. Their website, I'm not getting anything from this. So their website is doomandbloom.net. And so I put it in here. Doom and Bloom. See.
That's the medical kit one.
Yeah, but I'm just going to say it's doomandbloom.net. That's the store. Here's the main one right there. So bring it up. That's their main page.
Now, I'm going to give you a caveat to their store. They're not cheap, but the quality is top notch.
Yeah, so they're not cheap on their quality.
Right. It's well sourced. You're not going to get a bunch of dollar store crap when you get stuff from them. It's going to be top quality. I've gotten several kits from them. Matter of fact, my one medical bag is from them. Admittedly, it is a high dollar bag, and it's well worth the $100 that I paid for the bag, because I carry enough to treat 5 gunshot victims in it, as well as various other first aid stuff. It is a fully balanced kit, which I put together myself, but using some of the stuff from them. So I can attest to the fact that it's good stuff.
Yeah. In fact, I actually have a hard copy of their latest book.
Yep.
So, really great book. And something they sent me with the book, which I didn't ask for. They sent me some high grade medical ones. Now, what was interesting about these, I noticed the top of it here of these masks actually have the wire in it, unlike all the non-one. This has a wire, so it bends and it holds its bend, so you can shape it to your nose.
So it fits your face properly.
Yes, and this is the type of stuff they stock for these masks that are they're not just cloth. They actually have more stuff to them and are better usable that way.
Those are a true stage 3 filter.
Yeah. And so let me go ahead and pull it back to us. There we go. So all right. So that one book that I just showed you is one of the books I have. This is one that Uncle Al sent me last year. Is on Dutch oven cooking. Dutch oven cooking is the ultimate survival cookbook. Hey, Dutch oven cooking is how my grandparents and great-grandparents survived every day. One of the topics I didn't cover on the PDF because the PDF on the slideshow, because I didn't want to stick it over there just to be on the sly. Crossbow weaponry, crossbows, swords, blacksmithing, knife making, sword making, other type books to do.
Also, I sent that book to Gil because
Mhm.
it shows you how to make your own crossbow at home. And Gil got the wood shop, and he got those little kids. So give them each a
I
crossbow.
got big kids too.
Give them a crossbow.
Yeah.
It's not that
No.
hard.
No, I'm going to add something here real quick that I was going to bring up a little bit ago when we were talking about power and everything. Should we get into a full-blown grid down, we know it's not coming back up. We know we're going to be living out in the woods for the rest of our natural lives. All these power cables and everything are full of what kind of metal? Copper. What was the very first metal used in making weapons, silverware, and pottery, and all, or not pottery, but dishes? Copper. Okay, so being able to take all that copper down, melt it down, get all the dross off the top of it, and molding it into the items you need, you can make a pretty darn sharp knife out of copper.
Oh, yeah.
Hold its edge. Now, it's not going to last forever, obviously, but you can make a sharp enough knife to skin an animal.
Right. And if you blend it with certain alloys to it, you make bronze, and that holds an edge.
Better. In fact, guys, some of the Incan temples, they found surgical tools down there that after 700 years or so, they found are still sharper than modern day stainless steel. And actually, some surgeons down there decided to experiment and they actually performed some surgeries using those bronze-made surgical knives and stuff, and they said it was phenomenal.
Right. And also the nice thing about bronze, it doesn't have disease like a stainless steel and copper and stuff. It doesn't pick up bugs. Something in the bronze kills everything.
Yeah.
So your wound heals faster. It's same thing as a bronze clip the Romans use after you get with a spear. And that's the first surgical staple. Because they'll find all over these weird little clips all over the Roman battlefields. And they thought it was from the horse. It wasn't. It's from the soldiers to keep the wounds closed.
Yeah. Now, so I'm flashing up some of the comments here, books on flint making, and bow making, gunslingers out there. I mean, he's got some good information. He's got a great channel too, guys. If you haven't checked out Gunslinger Outdoors, great channel. He does some great reviews, non-profit. He's not getting paid for them. He does some great reviews on equipment and stuff. I love him. All right, let's see what else we got going on here.
Something else you can learn to make is a slingshot.
Yep. Oh yeah,
I made one, and holy cow, is it powerful!
Yeah. Now, one of my favorite books, and actually at the time I got it, my youngest son was 14, and he read it 3 times. Les Stroud's Survive. And there's even, I don't know if you can see, there's bookmarks tabs in here that my son put in here of his favorite stuff. All right. So, this here is probably a great book. And what I think is really neat about this book, the back pages all say fire starter. You got several pages here that say, if I can get it to turn, fire starter. Yeah. So,
or note paper or toilet paper. Either way you want to use it. But folks,
so I stuffed extra paper in the book too. So it's so I don't have to take the paper out of the book. So I got extra paper in here now.
Folks, from my childhood, these 2 books got me into the survival craze.
Great books. I love them.
Treasure Island, Don't Trust a One-Eyed Cook with a
Peg leg,
and Robinson Crusoe. And I read the original text to my nephews on Robinson Crusoe, and they get scared because in the original text, he was dealing in slaves.
Yeah.
They cut that out of the kids' book because what do you mean he's fighting pirates and dealing in slave trafficking?
All righty. Let's see what else here. My favorite books along that line. My favorite author is Jerry Ahern. He has passed away. He passed away a couple of years ago. But his big series called The Survivalist
Right.
is good. Now Jerry wrote for Guns and Ammo, the American Survival Guide, and other. He wrote articles and did reviews. So he put that information into his books, and he talks about the gun, the firearms and stuff, and what's wrong with them, what's good with them in his novels as well. And it jammed because of this, or and stuff. So that's one of the reasons I liked his books. The other one was William Johnstone,
Right.
and his The Ashes series.
And I'm going to throw this in here real quick. Seems how it just came to my brains.
Mhm.
If you are a person so inclined to have firearms in your collection, which most of us are, with the limited exception of a few, picking up a CD, and most companies have them available, and I'm not going to say they're cheap because some of them aren't, like the ones from Glock and a few of the other high-end companies, price-wise. You can get a CD on gunsmithing for each company. That way you have a vast selection of knowledge. No matter what weapon somebody has, you'll have a way to figure out how to repair it should something catastrophic happen and not fall to complete pieces. Having that knowledge in a total grid down situation, Tedawaki, however you want to call it, will be invaluable as a commodity of knowledge and allow you to procure items you yourself will need while helping others within your community.
Yeah. Okay, William Shatner. I didn't know he was a prepper.
Oh yeah.
Hey. Oh yeah. He is, and he's actually very funny. If you ever get a chance to meet him, talk to him off. He's actually hilarious.
Also, he's a horseman. He's been last 20 years he rode horses. You seen that movie on Star Trek? That's him riding on a horse. He did a lot of Western in his earliest days before Star Trek, and he has a survival book. I think it's also written with Jerry. Jerry has his own survival book before he passed away. I have it someplace in my stacks of books, someplace over there. But
yeah, I got Jerry Ahern's survival manual as well too. Yep. But tagging off of what Dave was just talking about, let me bring this up. All I typed in on Amazon was gunsmithing. DIY, guns, mod, firearms, tools. Guys, there's a place to start. Complete Guide to Gunsmithing, $14.
And having a selection of tools, and you don't need to buy the most expensive tool kits unless you want every conceivable piece.
Yeah.
There are things you're going to need. You're going to need like that one right there, that gray case with the hammer and the punches and a few of the other tools. You also need the little tools that slide the sights in and out. Because on Glock and a few of the other ones, you actually need a tool to do it properly. You can do it by hand, but there's a high probability you will damage either the sight or the slide area where the sight has to go in if you try punching it in and out by hand. There are tools that you need. But getting a basic kit, and you can see some of the tools right there in that middle row that are required. Having a small file kit. I mean, gunsmithing is not an easy thing to learn. It will take a minute or 8 million, but it's well worth learning it, because if you have firearms and you're out in the middle of the country and something happens to it and you can't repair it, it just became nothing more than a valid paperweight.
Yep.
A club.
A bag club.
You might be able to use it as a rock if you got a high point.
Yeah.
Hey.
High points. I can't.
And
rifle, and that thing was flawless.
Yeah.
I've shot a high point pistol at over 4,000 rounds between me and another guy. It never once failed. It's ugly as hell. It is heavy as hell. You can use it for a rock. You can use it as a hammer. You can drive over it, throw it in the mud, and it'll still work just like a Glock does. It just looks ugly as hell.
Yep.
But it still works.
And it costs a quarter of what the Glock does.
Yeah, a high point 9mm will run you about $200. A Glock 19, which is the average one most people buy, will run you $600.
True.
800 if you want the latest, greatest generation.
Yeah.
And we got a couple minutes left to top of the hour. Anything you guys want to catch up?
No, I don't need a ketchup or mustard. Thanks.
All right. All right. Let's see. I'm not sure if Audra is doing anything tomorrow night. That's homesteading in Idaho. She was trying to get into the habit of doing lives at the same time that I do mine, only on Wednesdays. Let me flip up my other screen here real quick here. Get the mouse over there where it's supposed to be at. Come on. Let's go. There we go. Coming up on Tuesday, for Tactical Tuesday, the topic is heating, whether it's emergency or not. You know, what are your choices? So we're going to talk about choices for just, keeping warm.
Through my closet and break out my wood stove, aren't you?
No, you don't have to break it out. In fact, I'm going to be.
I do have a video on my YouTube channel about my stove. So
yeah, he's got some good stuff down there on Southern Ohio prepping. So that's what's coming up on Tactical Tuesday. Next Friday is Christmas. I just may put on the old Bass Rankin. If I can get it to work, I got to test to see if I can. I just may play some, Santa Claus is coming to town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't care if I take the hit. I may just play for Christmas, or I may do nothing, or I just may do what'd you get for Christmas? So I'm not sure what's going to happen next. Huh?
I can tell you exactly what I got.
Yeah, I got socks.
You got more than I got.
If everybody checks out my channel right here, I got Gil's gift box, the GAW.
It's the giveaway. Yeah, he did a nice video on it. Thank you, Al. And so then the following on the December 29th for Tactical Tuesday, I'm going to step in the mud again, and we're going to talk about the Wuhan bug.
Hey. You did
notice I'm just calling it a bug because it's bugging me. So
the fact that I called it a red dragon, China site actually for one video actually called it that because I sent them a thank you video for covering it so well. But my predictions from back in March and February have come true, sadly.
Yeah.
Which at that time you agreed with me that we would see it in. Well, we were both proven correct.
Yeah, it's scary what's going on here. Anyways, so Ben Raines. Oh, yeah. Ben Raines is the main character of the Ashes series by William J. Johnstone. Out of the Ashes, Fire in the Ashes, Blood in the Ashes, Survival in the Ashes. Yes, I love that series of books.
Did he had a book, Snow in the Ashes? Or Ashes?
No, he didn't have snow, but he had Tyranny in the Ashes, and also it was Betrayal in the Ashes, all sorts of good ones. I think it was like 47 books on that series. Right. And I got them all. Hard copies.
Yeah.
And I actually been going back and buying soft copies too, because I almost lost them all when my mom's apartment, after my mom passed, the apartment caught fire, and I almost lost all my books out there. So that's why I'm putting everything on soft copies. So everyone, your library, all the notes on stuff we did here, all the books we talked about, you might want to get some of those. And so, as always, everyone, stay happy, stay safe, stay well read, and stay prepared. And we'll see you next time around. Bye, guys.
Catch you